this video, I will show you guys how to get more customers for your print shop. And I use the same methods to build our print shop to over 7 figures, and I know these things work. So acquisition comes down to 2 activities. 1 is advertising, getting more people to know about your business, and 2, sales, converting that attention into dollars. So the first thing I want to start off at is advertising. If you do not have people asking for a quote every single day, it's an advertising problem. If you have space in your production calendar, it's also an advertising problem. So what we want to do next is figure out what you can do to get more people to know about your business. And there's only 3 things that we can do right now. 1, we can run paid ads. Although we understand that not everyone has the luxury of running paid ads, especially if you don't know how to do it profitably. 2nd is outbound. You can spend time the first 4 hours of your day before you print any shirts. Outbound, reaching out to past clients and reaching out to new clients. All you have to do is look up your local chamber of commerce, local government, and look at all the events coming up in the next year. The whole state, the whole city, wherever you live, they post this online so you can contact who is the point of contact for every single event. That's what we did for the first 4 hours before we could afford paid ads. First 4 hours, 8 a.m. to noon, before you print any shirts. Spend that time doing outbound prospecting every single day. And then after that, post content, post Instagram stories, and improve your SEO so you rank #1 on Google. You do these 3 things, you will get more people to know about your business. And I was speaking to another print shop. He said he was working from 7 a.m. to 1 in the morning every single day. So I asked him to break down your schedule because he was not even passing $10,000 a month. And what he was doing from 7 to 1, he was posting designs onto Etsy. And then from 1 to 4, he was heat pressing t-shirts. And then from 4 to 1, he drove Uber. And I was like, hey, sounds like you made more money doing Uber. So you should just do Uber the whole day. And we had to replace the morning activities with one of these things here. And as a hint, his business doubled within the first month. All he did was he changed out the first 4 hours of his day to getting more people to know about his business. Again, if you have space in your production calendar, if you don't have enough leads, if you don't have enough quote requests coming in the door, you have an advertising problem. But let's say you have a ton of leads coming through the door and you don't know what to do there. So say you work with us, or say you get really good at marketing and you have thousands of people reaching out to you every single month, and your main constraint becomes your time to quote. If someone reaches out to your company today, how long does it take for you to get back to them? If it's too long because you have too many leads, you no longer have an advertising problem. Now we're moving towards a sales issue. So usually what happens is whenever people work with us for the first week or 2 weeks, they have too many leads and then they don't have any functional sales process. So that's what we install next into the business. So there's 2 things we look at. This is the main metric, quote to close. So out of how many quotes you sent to people, how many of them ended up closing? If this ratio is too low, we need to solve this first. Now, if you have a ton of leads, but no one's requesting a quote, then we solve this, which is a lead to quote. And now to solve this, right, there's 2 ways to solve these 2 things. If your quote to close ratio is too low, so you send 10 quotes, you only get 1 deal. To solve that, we have to improve your sales process and sales script. To do that, we practice the script, and 2, we collect payment early on. So whenever we present the quote, what we want to do is collect a deposit to create the mock-up. This deposit can be $0, $20, $50. It doesn't matter. We want to collect their card on file. When they approve the mock-up, they approve the final designs, we run their card for the full amount. It improves your closing rate like crazy. Next, you install a sales process, a sales script to make this process seamless. So anyone can join your company today, follow the script, say the words in this tonality, and you'll close the deal. Next, if you don't have enough leads to even quote, then you have a lead to quote issue. So this is to get people to know about your business. Now this is to enter them into your sales process. And if your quote to close ratio is too low, we improve that. And then we improve the lead to quote. So out of all the people that find out about your business, how many of them actually request a quote? What you'll find is maybe you just don't have enough leads to speak to, in which we have to revisit the advertising problem. But if enough people know about you, but not enough people are reaching out for a quote, what we have to do is improve the pre-quote messaging. So what that means is we have to reach out to these leads more often, we have to check the messaging that's being sent to these leads, or we have to adjust the offer, or we are targeting the wrong people. So we have to adjust the advertising to hit the ideal avatar that you are going after. Once we do that, the lead to quote ratio will improve. So say you have 100 leads, out of those 100 leads, say 25% of them ask for a quote instead of 10 now. That percentage goes up. Once you have 25 quotes, how many of those actually close? And if they do close, awesome. If they don't close, why did it not close? And that's what we want to solve next. So if you don't know what to do, first you have to see, do you have an advertising problem or do you have a sales problem? If you don't have enough leads to speak to, enough people asking for quotes, or you have space on your production calendar, it's probably an advertising issue. If you guys have a ton of leads, your whole pipeline's filled, but nobody's quoting these jobs, then you have a sales issue. Or if you're sending out thousands of quotes every single month and nobody's closing, you have a sales issue. These are the only two things we can do to increase your revenue. Any questions, just comment down below. Thanks for watching.